Okay, continuing.
I'm shooting again.
Pigfish99 asks, what are your views on emulation?
Emulation is a very useful thing for some people. It's a great way to test games before you buy them. It's a good way to experience games you may never play, like something I mentioned in a previous video was the Nintendo World Championship card. I mean, how many people are honestly going to see one of those legit? The only way that you're going to see it is either download it or get a reproduction, and that's a form of emulation in itself. So it's a useful thing, and I can understand why the companies fight against it and make it illegal, because, I mean, it's stealing. But, yeah, that's about it.
Good. Poevzi asks, why does your voice make me shiver like a girl in love?
Well, you're just at that special time in your life where you're becoming a woman. That's just how it is.
Yep, we all know.
I can almost guarantee that's a guy, and he's probably not going to be happy, but oh well. He's the one who added girdle into the equation.
Oh, he had it coming. Assuming it is a guy. Alright. Scythe244 asks, do you have any advice for people starting their own LPs?
Only advice I can give you is, before you start actually putting videos up for general consumption, you can put them up, you can do uploads and keep them private or unlisted, so people aren't going to be seeing them. Work out the video quality, your audio quality. Work on learning how to have a decent flow of stuff to talk about. It doesn't hurt to plan out your videos ahead of time. Figure, okay, today I'm going to cover this, this, and this. Keep some notes for yourself if you want. Having notes beside you is not cheating or anything. It's actually pretty good to do research ahead of time. Around the Wheel will tell you the same thing. Knowing what you're going to be talking about is a great way to take on something. I mean, you may know something really well and you don't need notes, but never hurts to have something nearby to help, like a map or anything like that. Oh, and sorry, one other piece of advice for that as well would be never stop trying to improve. I've been doing this for, 3 years now? Yeah, 3 years, jeez. And I'm still tweaking things a little bit here and there, trying out new things, and, never hurts to try something new. See if it works, see if it goes over, and use it more if you think it's good.
Excellent words. Alright. Linkflare asks, are you ever going to make vlogs like you said in Legend of Zelda?
Well, Legend of Zelda was made almost 3 years ago, so of course that's going to happen any day now. No, it's just one of those things I threw out there and decided I didn't want to do, and it just fell by the wayside. It happens. I mean, that's happened with quite a few things I've done along the way. Certain things get dropped, certain things get picked up and put into the rotation.
Okay. Joey Crick 1 asks, are you ever going to put 2009 charity DVD content on YouTube?
I've never really given it much thought, to be truthful. I'd have to see what Dave would have to say about it, because it was a partnership thing, but potentially I could put that up. I just feel that that would be unfair to the various people who donated over $600 to the Auto Humane Society to get their own copy. It's kind of a special thing. I don't know. It's a toss-up right now. I don't know if I would. Don't know why I would necessarily either. Maybe as a filler when I'm away or something.
Okay. We can strike a deal after the video. Alright. Tristan42 asks, do you shoop da whoop?
Unfortunately, I'm not real up on that internet meme. Does that anything actually to do with I'm firing Malazor, or is that something different?
That's exactly what it is, and Dr. Octagonopus.
Okay, I know about that stuff. I don't do that too often, but hey, I may have already done it, and I want to be like Brisulph. I'm not sure if spoilers, there's a gun in the game that has that power, but I'm suspecting it may not be available in the newer version. I was playing within the older one, but I hear rumors of a boss that may use such an attack on you. And I'm sure the creator is going to keep mum on that, because I'm sure I haven't gotten that far.
Blah! Okay. So, Kiganaku, I think that's how you say it, asks, what was the yes or no video for?
Oh, see, now you're actually going to get an answer, because the other guy who asked yes or no, he got a yes. Honestly, I had a plan in mind for a video, and I decided, I don't know whether I want to go forward with this plan. And I asked, yes or no? People said yes. I went ahead with the plan, and it bombed spectacularly. So thanks a lot, guys. You totally led me down the wrong path. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, that was something I threw together with an idea of something, and then I changed my mind right after I posted the video, and I went to delete it, but it was actually getting a lot of attention and hits, and people were discussing it, and it was just funny because you guys were going back and forth about what it could be, and I thought, I can't stomp this out now. You guys are enjoying this too much. So it is for something, one of those things that just got put aside and just didn't make the cut. So it actually means nothing now, but it did have a purpose at one point.
Yeah, I was actually kind of getting my hopes up around then because I thought that you were debating whether or not you were going to play Nine Divine.
Unfortunately, no. Which
yeah.
I hear that game's getting a remix at some point as well.
Yeah, that's going to be one of my later projects after I finish this game and probably after I finish Detonation Zone. But that game's been on hiatus just because I'm trying to move over to not Game Maker so it doesn't lag like a bitch.
Understood.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I'm advertising on your video. Okay.
That's fine.
Rhinus09 asks, how was your day, and what type of vehicle do you have?
It was a very good day. I got some work done at work. I biked to and from work, so I covered about 40 kilometers on my bike today. And my vehicle is a bike, because I don't have a car. I actually don't even have a driver's license, truth be told. I take the transportation, public transpo, or I bike.
All right. So, making the world a better place. Kunair Ruto. I probably completely botched that name, but that's how it's spelled. He asks, or she asks, I can't tell, how do I feel about NCS?
Yeah, I typed this one up not paying attention. The question was, how do you feel about NCS? NCS being Nintendo Capri Sun. So, just to be clear, that isn't, he or she is not the illiterate one, I'm just the idiot who doesn't know how to type. How do I feel about Nintendo Capri Sun? Honestly, conflicted. On the one hand, the guy can be very entertaining, he's easy to listen to, nice voice, and sometimes he's really on his game and he's snapping out info and has really good videos, and sometimes he just has abysmal efforts that basically go nowhere. He focuses almost exclusively not on the game at all, and he'll maybe just give it a cursory mention once or twice as he plays it, and he just spouts his 3 or 4 catchphrases over and over and burps. And those videos are just a train wreck. But then there's other videos that are so good. I don't understand how a guy can be that inconsistent in his videos. So there you go. I'm conflicted when it comes to him. I believe the question also asked about other popular people. Proton John is one I like. He can be pretty amusing. Chugga Conroy is very informative. I find his style a little boring at times, but he really, really can lay out a lot of information. He's very organized, so that's a plus for him. That's something that I personally try to strive for in the talk-throughs while still being entertaining, and so I can understand that one. Those are the only popular ones I can think of offhand. There's other people, but those are the ones that come to mind when you say popular. Oh, there's Deceased Crab as well, who's another one that I find inconsistent. Sometimes he's really funny, entertaining, amusing, and sometimes he just comes across like a big jerk. And if he wants to be a big jerk, that's his choice. I mean, I can be a big jerk. So who am I to judge anyone? Why would you ask that? Now I feel bad. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Well, let's put that one behind us. And move on to RQ6715. He asks, do you have Xbox Live?
No, I do not have Xbox Live. As you may have already guessed, I don't do much in the way of online gaming. Just not an interest for me.
All right. XXX, Larome XXX, asks, how many games did you beat as a kid? And is there any game that you've had that you've played but never got to finish?
I have. As a kid, I defeated quite a few games. Made to the end, whatever. Did a lot of stuff. I actually came, early 2000s. I started coming back to my old systems, and I started beating a lot of games I could never beat. Once upon a time, I started compiling a history of all the games I've played, games I beat, games I wrote stuff for. Unfortunately, that file's lost in the mists of time. I don't know where it went to. That one, I was up to 280 games I had successfully won or defeated or whatever you want to call them. And I was only still working my way through the Super NES at the time. So God only knows what the number would have come up to, but I'm sure it's probably in the 400 to 500 range at this point. I honestly couldn't give you a number. As for games I want to finish, yeah, there's definitely games I'd love to get back to and finish. Goonies 2 for the NES. I got to get back and finish that sometime. Let me think here. Oh, Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. I still haven't reached the end of that game because it's so ungodly long. I'm about 50% of the way through that one. Every 3 months I'll play like a season or so, and then I'll get bored of it again because there's not much to do in that game, unfortunately. But I'll eventually finish that one. Those are the ones that come to mind right now.
Okay. Well, speaking of A Wonderful Life, Cinnelbeat asks, what are the chances of you doing an LP of A Wonderful Life?
If I've been playing A Wonderful Life since 2004 when I wrote the guide for IGN, and I'm still not anywhere close to being done it, what chance do you think it actually has of getting done as an LP? And the answer is 0. I'm sorry, that's just not happening. I know it was even suggested to do it like Minecraft Mondays where I only do it like once a week, but there's just too much to do, and I don't have a capturing device anyway, so it's kind of a moot point. But no, I would never do that.
Dude Guy 9544 asks, yes or no?
No.
Really? Okay. Zackham's Pride asks, what game systems do you have?
Okay, game systems I have. Let's do it by generation. I've got a ColecoVision. I've actually got 2 ColecoVisions, which is weird, but I've got 2 for some reason. All right, because a coworker of my wife was going to throw one in the garbage. So she's like, "Oh, my husband likes video games. I'll grab that." I have 3 NES decks. I've got 2 Super Nintendo decks. I've got an old Game Boy. I've got a Game Boy Pocket. I've got a Game Boy Color. I've got 2 Game Boy Advances. I've got a Nintendo DS, the original. I've got GameCube. I've got a Wii. I've got an Xbox 360, but it's broken at the moment, but I'm borrowing my brother's so I can play Portal 2. And I think that is it for system specific. And I have a PC if you want to count that, but it's not really a gaming system.
All right. Another pro gamer asks, what inspired you to start talkthroughs and I Want to Be the Guy?
I'll start with I Want to Be the Guy because that one came first. Honestly, a moderator posted about this game called I Want to Be the Guy on a moderator board. And I checked out a video on YouTube, and I thought, that's really cool. And through YouTube videos, I came across, I believe it was Ultra J-Man and Cloud8745, their playthroughs. And I was showing some buddies in class this game, like, oh, you can never beat that game. And we were watching without sound, and we were just howling with laughter at them dying and, like, the moon falling on people and stuff like this. And I said, okay, you know what, guys? I am going to play this. But I thought, I just can't do it by myself. That'd be silly. So I talked to Dave a bit about, we should play this game. And he's like, oh, yeah, haha, we should. And then I put up the challenge video to try to shame him into it. And then the training montage came after that. And then we did I Want to Be the Guy. As for the talkthroughs, I actually was planning to do Let's Plays, but I decided to go with talkthroughs partially because I just knew something awful was waiting in the wings, looking to come after some poor sucker who was going to use that entitlement. So that's how the talkthrough came, again from Dave, and just started doing them for fun because I really enjoyed I Want to Be the Guy.
All right. And Narrator007 asks, what's the hardest game you have ever played?
I believe this was asked earlier, and I just couldn't come up with a definitive answer for you. There's a lot of hard games. Ninja Gaiden for the NES, I've never actually beat that one. That is pretty tough. It's doable. I just never could learn the last boss strategies well enough. I could maybe do it nowadays if I worked at it. Ghost and Goblins for the NES is just vicious. I've only made it to like the 3rd or 4th stage a few times. Again, one that if I play a lot of it, maybe I'd learn it, but I just have no interest right now. So those are the ones that come to mind right now.
Yeah, it seems like all the hard games were made back in the NES days, and they're all kind of phased out now.
Yep, and I think, guys, we'll probably cut that here, and tomorrow will probably be the last set of videos or the last set of questions, pardon me. So it's been a bit of a slog, but I just want to try to give everyone their equal share on an answer. Anything that I want, I felt that there was some detail to be said, I want you to hear it. So we'll see you then.